had longer to come, but it didn't actually take very long.
No.
No. Not that far. And you've got a monkey for us.
It's a little one.
Oh, this little one. Oh, hi.
Yeah. So
You're pretty.
they told you about the story of what happened.
So, all I heard is there's a bullet in the arm.
It's in the brachial plexus. We opened, but we couldn't get the pellet out. She has the arm pretty immobilized, but it's true that she's in the last days he has been trying to use it, and let's see. I think we spoke with Dave, and he said it's very common to have this kind of issues with the monkeys, and eventually sometimes it's better just leave it there, and eventually they so
Yes.
When somebody called us, then they were trying, so basically just a couple in a residential house, and they have vervets roost in their trees.
Yeah.
Sometimes. It's one of their areas. That there was just their dogs were barking at the bottom of the tree because this one was in the tree. So they called someone to come out, they climbed the tree, it took about an hour, and they coaxed her down with food, but they were going to take her somewhere different, so we intervened, because the vet team needed to check her out.
Yes.
And that's that story. But over the last, after, like a few days after probing more questions, they did say that neighbours, they do shoot monkeys around there.
So
obviously with the X-ray as well.
Yeah. Also, we when we saw the injury, there was just a perfect hole. I said, look, we have had this in the past. The shots were in other part, but so let's say. And the next day we went to do the X-ray, and so the good thing is that it passed through.
Okay.
But didn't touch everything. It's just a side underneath of the scapula, probably in the plexus, brachial plexus. So we opened a little bit, and we couldn't. We thought that we would make more damage if we try to dig in more. So just we leave it like that.
Yeah, we do have a couple of monkeys who have pellets in them because you can't take them out anymore.
Yeah.
So the pellet went from the shoulder.
From the left, her left side, from almost the face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, in the neck, and went through. Obviously, in some point because was installed in the right arm.
Okay.
So it was pretty. I think she has been pretty lucky. So
the person that rescued that got her, retrieved her, believes he knows which troop she came from.
Okay.
Okay, that's perfect. Yeah.
Only two in that area. One's a really large one.
Okay.
And one's a smaller one.
Do you have the address?
Yeah, I have a pin.
Yeah.
I
I don't know if
can
you have,
pin drop it later actually.
Okay.
I don't know if you have it in Palaborba, but the south part of Palaborba is in the border with the mine that is open to crew, greater crew, etc. So I think it's pretty bush there. Like there is no.
Okay. Yeah.
In some point the houses stopped and it's just bush.
The baboons cross there as well. There's quite a few troops of them.
Okay.
Even leopard sometimes has hippos. Out.
Yeah.
But it's not too far from where I live as well. The actual house where she came from. So it wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't be difficult to locate.
Okay.
No.
The two vervet troops that are there.
Brilliant. Okay, so what we usually do when we release monkeys, just so that you already have an idea, is we try to locate the troop and the exact time they're there, so that we then can come at that time, and if there are more than one troop, we can judge on the behavior if the troop is actually from that monkey or if it's a different troop. Because if it's a different troop, she will be cowering down and hide. If it's her troop, she will get super excited of wanting to go out. So that's absolutely an option that we can release her as long as we know where the troop is and what time. And then we can do that. Okay. In the past we had a lot of different monkeys with injuries which caused limbs to go immobile. We have, for example, a monkey in that troop who has a stiff wrist. She's moving around fine, she's jumping in the trees, not a problem. We had another monkey before who was electrocuted. She lost an arm and her tail. She's running out in the wild. She's back with her family. She's doing fantastic. So that's not a problem. We can release them. So what we can do is, so when did you get there?
May 10th.
May 10th.
Yeah,
Okay.
May 10th.
So it's about 9 days ago.
Yeah. I reckon that
10 days. Yeah.
That the guy that got her got the call like late afternoon, like 4 p.m.
Okay.
And I didn't turn up till 5, after 5.
Okay.
We said it her at
Just dark.
yeah. We said her.
Yeah.
Shall we take her in?
Yeah.
But he's a good contact because he's been messaging on and off, saying, oh, the troops now sleeping in this tree, this tree,
Okay,
this
perfect.
tree. So
Perfect.
we can get like pin locations and
Amazing.
Also, we live there.
Yeah.
We work with the community with the communities in north of Paraboda, but
These are cheeky wild ones.
Yes.
we have been working with privates in the past.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, so we have some experience with baboons.
So another sad little tale. This little one is basically one of the babies of this season, born out somewhere in the Palaboa area, which is about an hour or so away from us. And she was probably, she would still be with her mom. And basically somebody's gone and shot her with an air rifle, which is terrible. So it seems to have entered underneath the one arm or shot from the side of the neck, we're not too sure, and lodged itself somewhere under the clavicle or somewhere there. She was very fortunate though, because there were 2 vets doing community service in the area, and they came upon her, and they've basically been treated her. You can see here how she's sitting with that one arm. It's not very mobile. They couldn't actually get the pellet out because it had lodged itself too deep, and they were scared they're going to cause more trauma or more damage. So she's going to have to live with that little pellet in her, and they brought her in to us to let her recover and see if she gets a little bit more mobility. So very fortunate in that circumstance, and hopefully we can get her a lot more mobile, and it's going to be great hopefully if we can find this little one's family again and get her back out where she belongs. But you can see there she looks a little bit content at the moment, still a bit bewildered, not knowing where she is, but kind of happy she's got all of this nice food coming in this new strange environment.
Who shot this with a...
Here we are with this morning's new rescue. So she arrived yesterday. She is estimated to be between 6 and 8 months old, so she would have been this season's baby. So what happened to this little girlie? She got shot on the near the shoulder. There you can kind of see a bit of fluff. And the bullet went through and went to her other arm, so the right arm. So she was shot by the left side and it went through to her right side, and this caused some mobility issues on her right side. So as you can see with her hand, it's slightly bent, it's at an angle. For those who might remember, back in 2021, 2022, we have a baby called Yolanda. So she dislocated her shoulder and her arm was in the same position. Luckily, this little girlie didn't dislocate her arm, but she is showing some issues, but she should 100% be releasable, just because it won't be that much of an issue. We still have Yolanda and she's living a wonderful life in troop, and she is showing more usage of her arm than what Yolanda did, so that's also a good sign. So yeah, we'll just assess. She'll be moving to a bigger enclosure today, so then we can assess her climbing a bit better and just see what we're dealing with, and then hopefully we can release her soon, as the people that we're in contact with know the troops, that there are 2 troops in the area, and they've begun to learn their routine. So then hopefully soon we can return her home.
So this little one is doing extremely well. There doesn't seem to be any other problems beside the little arm. So it just needs a little bit of therapy, basically giving it a bigger area to climb and jump around in, just so that we can make sure the arm heals a little bit more and that she is able to use it to the best of her ability. It isn't really essential. Monkeys can live quite well with the use of just one of their arms, but it is nice to know that they do have both. So we're just moving her over now to a slightly larger enclosure, which we call the sunshine enclosure, basically because it's got an inside and outside. So she can go from this inside partition that you're seeing here, and there's a little door at the back there that she can go out of into the outside, and she can actually meet other monkeys and get a lot of sun and sunshine from that side, which helps with her rehabilitation. So we're just going to let her out, and as you can see, she's very calm about it, and we'll just see how things go from there. So you can see here she is able to use her right hand a little bit to hold on to things. It's not as dexterous as the left hand, and she uses the left hand more in her mobility, but she can hold and grasp things, which is very important. And as she continues to do that, naturally the muscles and things will get better, and hopefully it will improve a lot more.
So the rescue girlie has moved over to a bigger enclosure, to the sunshine cage, and she's been walking around quite well. She's not really using the hand, but she just dropped her apple. But she is using it in cases where she does need to hook it on to climb, which is really good because that's what she needs. And yeah, so we'll just assess the mobility, see if she improves at all, and then take it from there. The new rescue enjoying.
So you can see how she's using the right hand basically just to help her keep balance, and using the left hand to eat with. So, but all of that is basically little bits of exercise, and the more she sort of does it, the more movement she'll basically gain over time. You must remember, for such a small little animal to have an air rifle pellet go through you causes like a lot of trauma to the muscles and tendons in those little arms, and it's quite remarkable that she hasn't got any more damage than this, but so far doing extremely well, and we're very proud of this little one.
Is the rescue who was brought in a couple of days ago. She's now called Gauri. She's doing really well, and we hope that we are able to release her in maybe a couple of days, maybe a week, something around that. It depends when and where we can find the monkeys and her troop.
So you can see there already she is bringing up that little hand of hers just to help her with the food. So that's good progress that she has at the moment. Still not using it fully, but basically she has got the right movement in there, and as long as she keeps on exercising it like that, that's why the idea of the slightly bigger cage, so she has to climb and use that hand to pull herself around. It'll get the necessary exercise and physio it needs to slowly come right. it always looks like this one's just always eating, but that's normally the best time to basically get some video of them. And again, it's more just to show you the little hands. Have a look there already how well she's starting to use the hand basically to hold on to the banana, help herself peel it. She is using it for balance. But if you compare it to what it was earlier on when she initially came through, so she had no movement in it at all, at least now she is slowly starting to use it to hold on to things and basically feed herself with it. So this is important. It is something that's going to take a little bit of time. You can't rush these type of things, but we just got to make sure she gets enough mobility that she can clamber up and down the trees and get away from anyone, because as I said, she's probably only about 6 months or so old, so she still does need her mom to look after her. So hopefully we are going to be able to find her mom. It's basically one of the big things that we try and do is, if we do find them like this out in the wild, to try and get them back. We certainly don't want them to go into the whole rehab program if we can actually find the original troop and get them back to their mother. So far this one's standing a good chance, and we can just start preparing her to go back.
Here we have the new rescue little girlie. So she's just peeking over the blanket to see what's going on outside. We have a few bandits outside. So what we're gonna do is let her go outside to the sunshine cage for the first time, so that she can get some sunshine time. And outside she can also climb around a bit more. So during this time she will be monitored, just so that we can assess her climbing and also ensure that she doesn't have any trouble with the bandits. So yeah, let's let her out through the tunnel and see what she does. Here we have the little rescue girlie. So she just went out to the sunshine cage. That's dirt, my love. There at the back we have a bandit. Rescue girlie enjoying some sunshine time. On the other side we have the bandits coming to say hello.
So this little one certainly seems to be quite comfortable in the sunshine section of the cage, and it's a couple of the little bandits hanging around there. These are juveniles, so they're probably from the previous year, so just over a year of age, and they don't really pose much threat, although they can be a little bit intimidating. They're the ones that will cause mischief, like trying to pull tails and things like that. Some of them don't have names, so if anybody would like to name one, it's only $150, and you can just send an email to info@vervet.za.org letting us know your intention, and if you've got somebody whose name you'd like to give a monkey, this is a great opportunity to do that. But back to the little one. The main thing is we're always watching the little hand. You can see she's getting around very, very well. Can climb without any problems. It's not really closing the hand as such yet, and we haven't actually seen her picking up any food with it. but she can jump around and things like that with no problem. As I said, there's these little juveniles. They like to cause trouble and sort of come to have a look at her and see what's actually going on. And they want the ones, as I say, that will try and pull her hair or tail if they get the opportunity, or try to touch her like they did there, just to cause a little bit of a problem. But you can see she's not really too worried about it, which is a good thing, and she's managing to hold on there without a problem. So that's also a good sign. So things are looking very good for her release in the not too distant future.
Rescue Girly interacting with the bandits in the sunshine cage. Well, she's in the sunshine cage, the bandits are outside.
So you can hear, if you can, in the distance, one of the males giving out a warning call. This does seem to have picked up her little bit of interest, so she is looking around, but seems very, very friendly with the monkeys around her, which wouldn't normally happen out in the wild because they'd actually chase each other. So it is something, probably a phenomenon of the foundation, because they're used to other monkeys coming in and out and being a little bit more accepting.
This is Gauri. We have contacted the person who found her, and we are going to release her on Saturday. At least that's the plan. Yeah, so on Saturday we will drive to Palabora, and then we will see if we can find her troop and then release her back to the troop. She's not fully moving her arm yet, but that's okay. As you can see, she is climbing, and the more important part is that she's mobile, that she can leave a certain area if there is any danger, but we also don't want to keep her away from her family for too long. The quicker she can go back to her family, the better it is. And how she is right now, she will most likely heal even more, but it will take quite some time. And we think we don't want to keep her away from her family when she can already be released.
Here we have little Gauri in a carrier. So very exciting news, as we're gonna try and release her today. So she's just gonna be in the carrier for a little bit until we go to try and find the troop. So currently she's got a few grapes and a banana inside for her to just keep her busy and keep her, although it's not working that well, she's snacking and then pacing a bit, which is completely normal, as it is a bit of a smaller cage than what she's used. Well, it is a smaller cage. This is just so that it's easier for us to carry her while she's in the car.
Fortunately, we were given some good information, and it didn't take the team very long to actually find where the troop was actually located. They saw them running around, so they could go ahead with the release and try and get this little one back to its mom as quickly as possible.
Yep, we're good. Alright, so the monkeys are here. So we're just going to let her out of the box, and hopefully she will run in excitement to her family. So you can see there's one just underneath the tree over here. Dimitri's struggling a bit with the closing mechanism of the box, and there she goes. So it does look like she knows the area. She's right here in the tree. We have some of the other monkeys just by the wall behind here, and there's 2 more running behind the house down here as well. So hopefully she will go in that direction once she sees some of it better. Yes, she's the one that's just in a tree here. Alright. So Dusty, they probably need to sniff her to be able to recognize her a bit. So it's a bit difficult to see here, but she was just getting hugged by this female here. So that is a very good sign.
Of course, that's really amazing. That's all you really want to see. Doesn't mean that this is actually the mom, but just from the point of view that this female went and gave the little one a hug, means that there is an association, so probably part of the family, and just reassuring the little one that everything's okay. So this is really and truly fantastic. Little one's really back with, you can just see how they sort of hugging and trying to hold her there, which is really and truly amazing. So from a release point of view, this is really what you're trying to look for, is like this kind of reaction between the other ones. This one's trying to pick her up now and take her with. So it's not, as I say, it's not necessarily the mom, otherwise she probably would have grabbed onto her a lot quicker, but probably one of the juveniles that looks after or looked after her when the mum was busy and that type of thing. So a very nice little interaction there. Hopefully we'll see the mom, but it's very difficult in these situations because, as you know, this little one was shot, so people shoot these monkeys, so they don't really come close to people if they can. I'm surprised they actually got such nice footage of this to this point, because normally by now these little ones would be running away, the troop would actually be running away, but you can just see the interaction there with this little one, trying to hold her and hug her. Hopefully the mom's still alive. It's also something we don't know, because the mom could have also been shot, but she is old enough basically to be cared for and look after and fend for herself, and there she is following this female. So there they're coming down from the tree. It looks like they are, well, this little one's very familiar with the area, chewing on some of the natural forage here in the area, not scared or anything like that. So I don't think there's any dogs. You can see, or did see, a little monkey running around there in the back. So hopefully we're going to see them all move off together. It might just be their time that they're actually foraging here. That's another little juvenile, it looks like. Just having a look at everybody and seeing that everything's okay. So as I say, it's not common for them to hang around. They're normally very frightened, but it seems like this family whose yard they're in probably treats them okay and doesn't chase them away. So they're feeling a lot safer and a lot more comfortable. And here's the little one moving off further to where the rest of the troop is. So you can see the rest of the troop there in the distance. They will be a little bit scared to come closer because of the people, but I mean, of course, there she's off and running away with all of them, which is really great. So this is really fantastic to see this little lot and sort of interacting with the rest of the monkeys. That's her again. Seems like a tree that she knows, getting some gum off it, which is quite amazing. The rest of them sitting up in the top there. So they're really giving us a nice time just to monitor them and seeing what's going on. So this was really a fantastic release. Thanks everybody, and thanks for getting this little one back. It's really amazing.